Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use Canva to create your lovely balloon word that you're going to do for your final assignment. In Schoology, you're going to have two things that you need before you go into Canva. One is the folder that has the letters and the numbers in it. That will be in Schoology. You can download that, so that way you have that in your downloads on your desktop, wherever you need that. And then there will be a link that will take you to this Canva. Now make sure that you're logging in as your school Google, so that way you get all the full features that you would get in the education. If you use your personal Gmail, it won't work quite as well. So you will need to create a new design. So if you come up here, you're going to see down here it says custom size. If that does not appear on your screen, just pick an educational presentation or an educational poster, and then I will show you once we get in how to fix that. So I'm going to click on custom size. The first thing you want to do is you want to change this from pixels to inches, and then you are going to pick a width of 16 and a height of 6. If you do not change that from pixels to inches, it will not like you. So I'm going to create a new design, and you're going to have something that looks like this. If you could not do that and you had to pick the poster, you can go up to File, and then Create a New Design is right here. And then custom size comes up, and again, change to inches with 16, height 6. So basically what you're going to get is this nice panorama of image, and you're going to need to add letters to this. So if we come in to uploads, I have lots of files right now. You do not. So you're going to want to upload some files. So you're going to click here, and you're going to pick whatever letters that you want. So I want an I, which I already have, so I'm not going to do that. An O, I'm going to open that. I'm going to upload a W. Now your minimum amount of letters that you can have is 4. And then an A, which I actually already have as well, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to upload I would upload a number too, but I don't have all my numbers right here. So I will get the rest of my ones. They're right here. I'm going to do 1. So now I have letters and I have numbers. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find my I, and I'm going to drag that into here. And then I'm going to drag my O. And I'm going to drag my W. And I'm going to drag my A for right now. Now, if I hover over here, it's going to try to put that in there. Don't do that. Just do that. Okay, so now I have really basic I-O-W-A. Okay, now if I want to make things bigger, I am going to click on this handle, and I'm going to make it bigger. Now, what's happening right here? Oh, Mrs. Reilly, it's getting cut off. Well, let's fix that. Let's double click on this O. You could do this it would be a good idea to do this to all your letters. Go into Effects and remove your background. I'm going to do that on all my letters just because I'm going to show you in a second why. And I'm going to go to Effects again. I'm going to remove that background. And I'm going to double click on this, Effects. I'm going to remove that background. And then I'm going to double click on this and Effects. I'm going to remove that background. So now all my backgrounds are removed. Did I remove this background? I think I did. I did. It tells me that I removed it because it's great. And I'm going to start adjusting things and making things look better. Now, one thing that you might want to think about is you might want to think about overlapping, but not too much. You might want to think about turning things. You'll want to think about having letters larger or smaller if you want to. It's completely up to you. You just need to fill your space really nice. So that way there is just the right amount of white space. Now, I may or may not like the way this looks. Right now it looks pretty good. But I could add a number 1 into that if I want to. So I'm going to move this over here. If it gets really huge like this, you don't want to add it, okay? Oh, where did my one go? Move these over. I'm just going to move my one right here. I'm going to remove my background. You can also click on Edit Photo. Move that over here. So now I have this composition and it's okay. I like it. I have some variety of sizes. I've moved my Iowa around, but maybe I don't really like it that much. I want to add another one in here. So now I can arrange things a little differently and get this one in here. So now I've maybe filled my space a little better. I don't know if I have or I haven't. One thing you don't want to move with these handles. You always want to resize from the corners because it's just going to mess things up. So undo that. Command Z will undo for you. One thing that you can do, so now I'm done. This is how I want it to look. It looks pretty good. I've filled my space nice. I want to do something that might set me apart from just getting a 3 with using the standard things. I can add drop shadows to these. If I double click on this, I can go into effects and I can come down here to shadows. And it's defaulted as none. What I would use is the drop. The glow doesn't work quite as well. If I use drop, you're going to see that I get this shadow in here. Okay. I can make it bigger if I want to. See how big that's getting. I can blur it more or blur it less. I can make the distance deeper. I can also make it a little more intense. All right. It will only do it to this letter. Okay. If I want to do it to all 4 of these letters, I need to know what these settings are because once I click on this, it's going to reset the size. Okay. So then I would have to figure out what my sizes are. Then I click on this one, etc., etc., etc. And I go back to shadows. And I don't know why it just did this. There we go. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't want it to do that. I didn't press done. Nope, still not working. Let's undo that. I don't know what's... I had this problem earlier too. It was just being weird. I think it's the intensity. Anyway, my O worked. There we go. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little wonkadoodle. So, and then I would go through and I would do all those. It would look really weird if I just did one and not all of them. So make sure that you do all of them. So here are some other examples. I'll show you some other examples. I have Hayden right here. That is a little too small, but this one fills in nicely. So this one doesn't work quite as well because I have all this white space, but this one works really nice. So that would be the one that I would use. So once I have the image that I want, I'm going to hit share up here. And then I don't want you to copy a link. I don't want you to put my name in there. What I want you to do is I want you to download this. And then you get a PNG that is perfectly fine. Don't touch anything. Just hit download. It's going to download your image. And that is what you're going to hand into Schoology so I can print it out for you. Okay? So make sure that you share, download, hand in. All right? That is super important. Okay, so make sure that you have at least 4 letters, that you fill your space nicely. You can add a drop shadow if you want to. That's the only thing besides removing the background. They can overlap if you want them to, but they do not have to. You can angle them. You can make them larger or smaller to have some variety in there. It is completely up to you how you do it. Remember, it's just a minimum of 4 letters.